a true Pan-Africanist, a true president, a true leader of dignity, of integrity, a true man of honor, an African. Yes, an African. It's about damn time we have a brave African out here, full of courage, who has dedicated his life to liberating not only the people of Burkina Faso, but Africans as a whole. The entire black race, actually, to keep a spade here, to speak in a way that is real and authentic, to say it as it is, seeing Captain Ibrahim Traore, the president of Africa. The president of Africa, not just the president or the leader of Burkina Faso, the president of Africa, of the motherland of Al-Kabulain, the one and only, who stands in his own league, no puppet can compare to the many achievements that already this young man, the youngest president in Africa, has already accomplished. We have puppets here who've been here, head of states of certain parts of Africa. I say certain parts because, in my opinion, as a Pan-Africanist, Africa is one country. We have puppets here who've held office in Africa for decades. Paul Biya, Museveni, Sassou Nguesso, the Obiangs of Equatorial Guinea, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Puppet Rutos, so many puppets. We cannot exactly keep track of all these puppets, right? Captain Ibrahim Traore is out here doing exactly that which he's supposed to be doing. Doing what most puppets, all these supposed heads of states of Africa don't have the balls to do. Yes, we have to unapologetically state it the way that it is, because that's exactly what's happening here. These are the times we're living in. Captain Ibrahim Traore.
Yes, Capitan, you are making the moves that we all appreciate, that we all love to see you do.
Yes, the African people love Captain Ibrahim Traore.
Yes, and it's not only African people. This is what the great thing is. It's the whole world showing appreciation for what he stands for.
The whole world?
Yes.
Not Michael Langley. Not that US general to African or whatever the hell his name is. Not that house Negro. I'm sorry, YouTube. That's the only time maybe I'll say that term here, but it is the truth. That one is a betrayal. So yes, a lot of people do like him, but he also has a lot of enemies. 20 coups since 2022.
Yeah. And one as recent as in last month. That's crazy.
Yes, and as we speak, we should be smart enough to assume. This is one of the only times where we black folks, or you an individual, you are right to assume. You have to assume that they are currently working in the background, plotting, wanting to get rid of him, wanting to get rid of the Capitan. You have to approach every situation that way. We cannot be sleeping on this, because this particular individual, Captain Ibrahim Traore, is so important, and what he represents to the entire black race and the Africans is monumental.
Oh, it's tremendous, actually.
It's huge.
To be actually living in the time, living and feeling and embracing the moment of the Traore days is actually magnificent.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are lucky to be living in these times.
The way that people talk about the Sankara days is what we are feeling and experiencing right now. We
are lucky to be in the days of Captain Ibrahim Traore, because the last time we had an individual with such tenacity was in 1987, when they did that crazy thing that they did to Thomas Sankara.
Yeah.
They're busy. Imperialism. These people are busy. These people are not sleeping.
They're not sleeping. They're always looking for ways of how they can exploit African countries.
Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate your time. We appreciate the fact that you've clicked on the button and you are a part of this conversation. Thank you very much. Let's keep going on. Straight away, no small talk here, straight to the bullseye.
Yes.
The African Union has no backbone. The African Union. What do you call? What is that? What is the African Union?
I've like now when people are saying, but what is the African Union doing? Nothing. They are just an extension of the West. That is
Actually,
it.
Yes, they are an extension of the West. But you guys understand when I say they are nothing. I say they are nothing because they are not working in the interest of African countries. They are working in the interest of certain African puppets, individuals out here. And so we cannot necessarily say they are doing nothing. They are actually active. They are actively working in the interest of imperialistic countries.
Yeah.
This African Union, a useless, you have to say it in a way these people appreciate because they know the truth. African Union is a useless, I don't even want to say institution.
Hey.
You can't call that thing an institution. That thing is completely freaking useless.
It's just a
It
gathering.
shouldn't exist. It's actually an adversary to progress of African people. Because the African people are out here, especially the people of Burkina Faso, making it known that they love Captain Ibrahim Traore.
Yes.
And we can all see as Africans that Captain Ibrahim Traore is delivering for his people. The fact that a certain freaking general can come out here and want to push wrong narratives,
Yep.
and this African Union does absolutely nothing to listen to the people, to listen to the Africans, especially the people of Burkina Faso and all of us who are out here, and Jamaica, I see you, all over the world, this is a movement. The fact that African Union can be out here ignoring that truth, the truth that exists, that on the 30th of April, the world came out here in the millions
And
to protest.
they have not stopped. The support for him is continuous. The way Jamaica did it as well. They did it with their Jamaican flair. I loved it.
Yes. The fact that that exists, the fact that that happened on the 30th of April, that the world came out here to make it known that they support Captain Ibrahim Traore and they see the result in the achievements and the things that he's putting in place for the Burkina Faso people, the fact that this freaking spineless of an institution called the African Union is out here ignoring it, should let you people know, should let everybody know that it has never worked in the interest of African people, and we shouldn't be out here blowing smoke, pretending that it exists. That's why when African Union comes out here and release any form of report, I just ignore it.
Yeah.
I don't see anything useful about that African Union. Every single war, whether you're talking Sudan, whether you're talking East Congo, with Rwanda, that issue there, that conflict, the M23, the rebels, all of the above, African Union has never accomplished anything.
No.
Anything.
The only thing they've actually accomplished is just diminishing the name of Africa to the entire world.
You know that spineless African Union,
Yeah.
60% of its money, 60% of its moolah, its funding, its budget comes from the European Union. That should say it all.
Yeah. Where does the interest lie? Why are they just doing what the West says? Because
They're getting paid.
exactly.
When I pay you money, I expect you to do what I want you to do. I'm paying you for this. African Union is a lapdog for Europe, for the European Union. African Union has no agenda. It's not out here to fulfill any goal, any vision. It has no vision. It has no vision. It's only out here to put the interest, to push the interest of the West,
Yes.
of France. France and most of those European nations are out here giving money to these African unions who are supposed to somehow help Africa. It's the same freaking African Union that came out here when the coup happened in Burkina Faso, that came out here to isolate, to remove the membership of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger from that freaking useless institution. That same African Union. African Union is a sellout. A sellout. I'm sorry. If you appreciate the truth, welcome. If you're a little bit sensitive, please take your time If it's your first time here, welcome. You've now discovered this particular account. We do our utmost best not to beat around the bush. It's about time. It's 2025, and it's about time that we Africans, we Pan-Africanists, we come out here unapologetically and speak the truth to the young minds of the African folks for liberation, mental liberation. We cannot be fooled. We cannot be caught sleeping out here because these people have an agenda on Captain Ibrahim Traore. The same thing they did to Thomas Sankara will not happen in 2025 before our very eyes.
No, it will not.
Otherwise, we'll be to be blamed.
Yes.
If we sleep on this, our Captain, I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to think it. But I just hope and pray that every single person watching here, whoever you are, whether you are from Jamaica, Haiti, whoever you are, even some white folks. I'm sure we have some decent white folks in this world who also see the great work that Captain Ibrahim Traore is trying to do for his people and the African community.
Yes, who supports
We
the
are not
movements.
the type to generalize and say white folks are bad. This is not about us showing favoritism only to our race, but it's us speaking truth and facts of what you people know, and you cannot argue against us. It's about time Africa starts to do things. It's about time Africa starts to do things to be self-reliant, unapologetically. Unapologetically. For far too long, those supposed independence that most African countries have since the 1960s is fake independence to the core, where these African countries till this day have to pay colonial debt.
Hey.
Colonial debt. Debt that was imposed on them through colonialism, but these supposed African independent countries are still tied down economically, and they cannot really do anything to move on,
Yes.
to progress.
We are not going to be in debt for people that took this money and signed on those dotted lines. We are not taking responsibility of that. Ibrahim Traore says enough is enough. I'm taking my country back.
Enough talking.
Yes.
Enough talking. The system is designed, and the system is in a way to just continue to make us weak. We cannot accomplish anything because of how these imperialistic countries have placed the system to be.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that most of these African countries, especially these French colonies, are still out here using the franc says it all.
Yay.
We need to be in control of our own monetary funds. The fact that some of these countries are still out here paying these debts, holding their bank reserves with France is ridiculous. The fact that France is still out here sitting up there with stolen gold from all of these African countries is ridiculous. We, the African people, we are too quiet. Too quiet. It's time to use a tone that irritates them. It's time to use a tone that lets them know that, listen here, we are awake here. We're not sleeping out here. You see what I'm saying?
No, it's time to use the tone that they fear when a black man speaks. That roughness, the one that they're scared of.
We don't give a crap anymore if they come out here and accuse us of being violent. I don't want to say perhaps it takes us to be violent, because we are not up for violence, we don't incite violence, but it's time to be completely unapologetic about this.
Yes.
Yes, man. And it's also time to continue to hold our own puppets accountable. There's so many freaking puppets out here. The reason why that freaking war, for example, in East Democratic Republic of Congo between Rwanda and DRC has taken 30 years. Yes, we know there's Western influence in there, but it's because we also have puppets of note with no vision. No vision.
Nothing.
These supposed grown-ups, these supposed heads of states here out here in Africa, in the motherland, are out here wanting respect from you. They want you to respect them because they are older than you, because they hold office. Some of them got in there through freaking corruption, but they're out here demanding respect, forcing you respect. They're even out here silencing certain activists that are out here doing things. Like the story we heard in Nigeria. There are certain activists who went out to protest on the 30th of April in solidarity with our Captain. And this freaking Nigeria's government official people actually arrested some people.
Yeah, because why? Why are you going against? The government itself did not condemn it officially. No government in Africa has actually condemned what America is doing to Ibrahim Traore.
Because they don't have the balls of Ibrahim Traore. Let's call a spade a spade. We don't expect any of these puppets to come out here and denounce what Michael Langley said in that Senate hearing, accusing Burkina Faso of being corrupt. We don't expect any of these puppets because these puppets don't have the backbone that Ibrahim Traore. Ibrahim Traore is one of a kind. He's an exceptional human being chosen by God himself to come out here in these times to inspire us all to understand that these are the agendas of these imperialistic countries, and it never changed. The supposed independence you got was fake. You need to wake up, people, and do the needful.
Yes.
Understand what I'm saying? So, Captain Ibrahim Traore landing in Russia in style like that says it all. You know, it speaks volume to the fact that Vladimir Putin sent his own plane. They sent his own plane to go and fetch the Captain. Talk about an invitation. Talk about an invitation. Puppets don't receive such types of hospitality. Trust you me. You have to be a man of honor. You have to be a man of integrity for somebody to feel the need to send not only the plane, including those fighting jets, to bring the plane all the way to Russia safely.
Because this is the time he knew that this Burkina Faso coming to Russia signifies a lot.
Yes.
Enough is enough for the West.
You know,
are not scared.
The West, with their House Negro, that Michael Langley, who came out here to try to push that fake narrative to say that the leaders of Burkina Faso are using the gold for their own benefit, that fake narrative, Russia sending his own plane to fetch Captain Ibrahim Traore to bring him to Russia is a message also to the West.
Yes.
To say, hey, we know that it's you people that are behind these freaking coups, these attempts. We won't let it be. We are this is the biggest, most confirming statement out here that now we all know now that Russia really is a great ally for Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
First, we used to just hear it, right? We used to just hear it. And Burkina Faso has aligned itself with like Russia or Turkey or the Chinese. It was always just said as a news, as a headline. Okay, fine, no problem. This was what you needed to see for yourself.
Yeah.
That yes, Russia and Burkina Faso are great friends. Putin loves Captain Ibrahim Traore. You can see it on Putin, on his demeanor. Whenever he addresses Captain Ibrahim Traore, he loves this young man. To some extent, I might even go as far as saying he probably sees himself in his younger days in this courageous, brave, patriot young man.
Yes.
It's not about the skin. It's not about the skin. We don't give a crap about the skin. It's not about being white or black. It's not about that. Putin can see that Captain Ibrahim Traore is a man of honor.
Yes, he
I
can
can work with this boy. I can work with this individual. Sorry, Captain, for calling you a boy, but I'm talking about the age stuff. Understand what I'm saying? Captain Ibrahim Traore, you know we love you out here. We masculine men come out here and decisively stand with you and say we love the guy.
Yes.
We haven't seen such a leader in our existence. In our existence.